What's happening, guys? It's your pal Griz, back again this week with another episode of my Battlefield 4 weapon review series, Kit Up. And in this episode, we are going to look at the L85A2 British assault rifle. There weren't that many suggestions for me to choose from last week, so guys, leave me those suggestions down in the comments of what weapons and setups you want to see me use. You can even tell me what kind of playstyle to employ if you've got the kit set up to play to certain strengths. I like that stuff, so keep them coming because it's just not as fun without your suggestions. But luckily, one of the suggestions looked pretty decent, and this is a weapon that's been requested for a while, so I'm glad I can actually do it finally, and it was left by King Oguz. Did I say it right this time, dude? So it's the British Armed Forces loadout. Unfortunately, I didn't have some of the attachments he requested for it, so although he wanted the hollow sight, magnifier, folding grip, and flash hider, I had to run with what I thought was as close to that as possible, which is the PKAS sight, green laser sight, folding grip, and a suppressor. Actually, the only thing I didn't have was the flash hider, but what happened was I just felt like using a different optic while I was trying to go for the battle packs to try and unlock it. But I'm always recording, and I ended up getting some nice footage. Never got the flash hider even after 3 battle packs, so I just said that's enough, I'll just upload this footage. So hope you guys don't mind, but I think the setup is pretty close to its original form anyway. For my sidearm, I'm using the G18 with a laser sight, and I think this video is like half iron sights and half ghost ring, but either way, G18 on the hip. My gadgets are the defibs and medkits, M67 grenade, ACB 90, and the offensive field upgrade. Also, if camos are your thing, I'm using the Flectarn camo, Flectarn adaptive camo, I believe, for my weapons. And yeah, let's get right into the stats. The L85A2 has a maximum damage of 25 and a minimum damage of 18, firing at a rate of 750 rounds per minute. Magazine size is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber for 31 total, and its reload times are 3.75 seconds when empty and 2.75 seconds with a round still in the chamber. Yeesh, dem reload times though, right? Just to get it out of the way right at the start, this is the worst thing about the L85A2 for sure. It takes damn long to reload this puppy, so you really have to be careful and try to make it to cover before reloading if you can help it at all. And definitely try not to fully deplete your magazine, because the long reload time of 3.75 seconds feels like an eternity when you're in the middle of a gunfight. Second thing I really don't like all that much about the L85A2 is the rather large muzzle climb or upwards recoil, but the folding grip really helps a lot in this case. Burst firing the L85A2 with the folding grip really allows you to control that upwards motion a lot easier, making medium range engagements this guy's bread and butter. I can confidently say that the folding or angled grips are probably your best bet on this weapon, but I suppose you could probably get away with the stubby or potato as well. But what about that PKAS optic? I actually really enjoy this optic a lot, and I always seem to forget about it when it comes to choosing a sight in this family, let's call it. It seems like the most popular choice is the holographic sight, but I really like how this sight sort of encompasses your enemy in your field of view. Like it might be related to some deep subconscious thing in my brain ingrained from childhood. I seem to like round shapes more than squares, because you know I've said before how I like the reflex over the coyote as well. Weird. The suppressor really helps out a lot, and this weapon performs excellently with a suppressor on it, so I say go ahead and run it 90% of the time. The other 10% I might go with the flash hider instead. I don't know, I haven't been able to try it yet, obviously, but I think the muzzle brake and the compensator aren't really necessary if you've got the right grip. Recoil management can be handled by the grip and burst firing for the most part, and I find the heavy barrel increases the recoil a little too much for my liking. This weapon is already pretty accurate. Also, I forgot to mention during the stats portion that the L85A2's bullet velocity is one of the higher ones at 640 meters per second, so it's accurate and you don't have to lead your targets all that much if you're not using a suppressor. But if you are, then yeah, you're gonna have to lead a bit. On to the G18. I've never been a fan of the G18 per se, but my buddy Denty swears by it, and after playing a bit more with it, I think I can start to see his point. You're not going to get any long distance finishing kills with this thing, obviously, but it is a great finisher in close. If you've managed to hit a guy a couple times and he's trying to rush up on you, pull the G18 out and he is toast as soon as he comes through the door or whatever you may be covering behind. It really doesn't take much to finish the job with this thing at all, and yeah, I love that. In fact, I'm gonna throw some G18 stats your way just for the hell of it. Now, it doesn't do much damage as 18 is the maximum, but it fires at a rate of 900 rounds per minute, which is the same as the AEK. How awesome is that? Also, it reloads extremely fast at 1.45 seconds empty and 1.2 seconds not. So it's really good for a close quarters sidearm. It was a lot easier to get kills with it once I got used to the recoil and how to manage it. Throwing a muzzle brake or a compensator on it definitely helps as well. I like the compensator over the muzzle brake just because I find it looks cooler, but it's up to you guys to decide as always. Try it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and I absolutely prefer it over the 93R now. The defibs and medkits are extremely important to the stealth game, and I think they fit in perfectly here. But there's not too much point in talking about these too much, obviously. The M67 frag grenade is always a great choice as it is the most powerful grenade, and having the offensive field upgrade equipped gives you an extra nade at level 3, which is probably the only reason why I would ever choose the V40 minis anymore over the frag, is the fact that you get 2 of them. So if you can get this field upgrade going, having 2 M67 grenades is great. And that segues nicely into my final point. Before I go, I just wanted to mention that the offensive field upgrade is an excellent choice for a rush game. When you look at the perks it gives you, max sprint at level 1, ammo at level 2, grenades at level 3, and fall damage at 4, it's perfect for a squad that is working together on an attacking side of rush. Having a medic with this field upgrade kit is extremely advantageous, and how you can really use field upgrades to your favor in a rush game is 1. Communicate. Tell each other where you are and what's going on around you. This is going to keep at least one of you alive so you don't lose your upgrades. 2. Stay alive, obviously. Try to make sure one guy in your squad stays alive, even if you have to sacrifice yourself. It's going to keep your squad from losing its upgrades. 3. Use each other as spawn points and make sure, if you're the last guy alive, to get to cover. Hide. Don't try to engage anybody unless you absolutely have to, and just wait for your buds to spawn on you and then go from there. Anyway guys, that is my time for this episode of Kit Up. Hope you all enjoyed the video or found it helpful and informative at all. Overall, the L85A2 is a decent choice, but I would say there are better out there. However, it is a nice change of pace, and it really is a great weapon when you've got the right attachments going for you. I had a lot of success on the Carrier and Paracel Storm Rush, as you guys saw. They finally figured me out though, and we did not end up advancing in that game. Yeah, team kind of sucked. So please leave me a comment with your suggestion for next week's Kit Up down in the comments below. I really need them, guys, so keep them coming. And hit that like button on the way out if you'd like to show the video a little love. Thanks so much for watching, guys. More videos coming this week, so stay tuned. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, yeah? My name is Griz. Peace.